we're talking about a brand new professional orchestra.
A brand new professional orchestra based in Southampton. Our launch concert in November the 29th, is actually called Sibelius Unwrapped. Of course, it's Sibelius' 150th anniversary, and we are kind of unwrapping Sibelius. We're going to present some of the smaller chamber works. It's going to be centred around the Pélias and Mélisande, the incidental music for Maeterlinck's play, and it's going to also feature some other pieces by Sibelius. And the first half is going to, again, it's going to break down those barriers. It's going to hopefully render the music more approachable or understandable, without wishing to be condescending, to the general public and to the audience. And in the first half, pianist and broadcaster David Owen Norris is going to come on stage, join the orchestra, and me as conductor, and we're going to dissect in a healthy way the Sibelian language and a lot of the music that we would then play in its complete, in its totality.
But David Owen Norris is a pianist, and Sibelius didn't write much piano music as far as I know.
No, he didn't, but there's a fabulous piece that I've only discovered recently, which we've put into the programme and was one of the most exciting things about the programme we've come up with. I wonder if you know it. It was only discovered, I think, in 1986. It's called Sibelius' Impromptu for Strings. Do you know it?
Absolutely not.
No. It's an unusual little piece in that, as I say, it's a little hidden gem. Impromptu is a word that you'd normally think of piano music, and actually what it is, it's an orchestration or a rendering, if you like, transcription for strings of two of his early piano impromptus, Opus 5. And I think Opus 5 is a 6-piece piano set, and what Sibelius does is he takes the 5th and the 6th, the final two, and he turns them into a string orchestra impromptu, so he kind of runs them one into the other and actually adds a da capo that never existed in the piano version. And if you compare even on the printed page, let alone the sound of the original piano version with the string version, it's breathtaking how different they are, and yet the same harmonic language. I don't think he adds any bars, he doesn't take anything away. It's just that the whole texture is so totally different. Not just that it goes from keyboard onto and into the voices of strings. It's just that you've got these very fast keyboard ripples and a kind of Hauptstimme, a kind of main voice that lies in the middle with all these ripples. And when he moves that across to the strings, to begin with, before I saw the score, I thought it was a slower piece, but actually it's marked vivace, because in the piano version it's so active. And on the string version, it kind of comes across as, you know, it's just breathtaking, and it's one of the most fetching pieces of Sibelius, and I say that unreservedly, and I adore Sibelius. All of the tunes in the concert we're planning in November. Valse Triste is another famous piece of Sibelius that's in that programme, and we'll finish with the Andante Festivo. So we have an early string impromptu or piano impromptu transcribed for strings, and one of his later works, the Andante Festivo, which is also for strings, which is, you know, such a simple tune, a beautiful tune and a very memorable tune, but it couldn't be by anybody other than Sibelius. And, you know, Sibelius, particularly late Sibelius, this kind of mastery of form, but it's just also, you know, it's also clear. You know, it's like the greatest of Mozart. You know, there's just nothing that shouldn't be there, and nothing that you could or shouldn't add or remove.
Do you like thinking of Sibelius in terms of Scandinavian landscapes and icy and brooding forests and all that?
I don't think you can divorce. One can't divorce one from the other. I think even if you're talking about Pelléas Melisande and those legends and it being a French play and Maeterlinck and so on, it's such a there is that kind of one talks about the Sibelian landscape and
well indeed. Was it a tune from Piers Burton-Page famously used for The Sky at Night?
The Sky at Night,
very appropriate.
Yes, very appropriate, and I don't know if it still is used, but it certainly has. When I was a youngster, it was used at the beginning and the end of The Sky at Night, and that was one of my earliest experiences of not just Patrick Moore and astronomy and telescopes, but of Sibelius, and what an amazing piece of music.